This is 2024-14 SPR Norwalk Center LLC, 10 Norden Place, District 3, Block 17, Lot 40, Unit A. Use of plus or minus 113,500 square feet of an existing building and plus or minus 155,000 square feet of the site for transportation, maintenance, terminal use. And again, the action here is to authorize traffic peer review only. These are existing buildings.
For the record, Liz Suchy, partner at Carmody, Torrance, Sandak, and Hennessy, 1055 Washington Boulevard in Stamford. As Mr. Schulman indicated, this is 10 Norden Place, East Norwalk. It's a 37-acre parcel. To the Norden Place is to the west, the Metro North Railroad tracks are to the south. Access drive to the Avalon parking and development is to the north, and then Avalon is to the east. 3-lot subdivision is before you in 2 weeks, and that is to divide the parcel into 3 lots. A 1-acre lot, which would be for DOT, a 3-acre lot, which eventually would be for Corville Nurseries, since the Corville Nurseries is moving from its location South Norwalk to make way for the South Norwalk School. And the remainder of the property would be for the existing building, the parking lots, the data center. That's before you in 2 weeks. The site plan review application that we're discussing tonight was submitted on or about the 14th of February. Neighbors were notified within 10 days as is required. And that is to allow the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, MTA, to occupy about 113,000 square feet of the existing building, and also occupy the majority of the parking lot on the eastern side of that building, which there are 3 lots right now. They're blocked off with boulders. Those 3 parking lots would be used by the MTA for the storage of material and equipment. There's also part of the proposal also includes parking of vehicles for MTA on the site to use in their various the needs that MTA would have up and down its line. The proposal considers approximately 150 employees to come to the site on a daily basis, in and out of the site. Traffic report has been submitted by Ty and Bond, and Craig Yanis is here tonight. Akiva Cobre is on the line. He is a representative of Norwalk Center LLC, which is the owner, along with Eric Lindquist, the civil engineer on the project, Craig Benaroff, who is a co-applicant, and I think that's about it. One other thing I want to mention, there is a small wetland pocket, well, small comparative to the size of this project and this property. There are wetlands on the southeastern corner of the property and a watercourse. An application has been filed with the Conservation Commission in connection solely with the subdivision, as the activity that is proposed near to the wetlands or watercourse is there's no new regulated activity proposed in or near the wetlands or within the upland review area. So no wetland application was required in connection with this site plan application. No changes to the building. There are no additions, exterior changes, but from some minor parking area creation, removal of some parking areas. And that's generally the long and short of this application at this time.
Attorney Suchy, do you know the type of vehicles that Metro North is going to be using going in and out of the site?
There are a variety of vehicles, and I don't have that with me this evening, but we can certainly share that with you in more detail the next time you meet. But Craig, I don't know if you can share that quickly. We had talked about that earlier.
Yeah, there's a variety of equipment and buildings and vehicles that will be stored on the site. You can see on the site plan that Eric has up on the screen the different parking areas they have. So essentially the way it works is 6 different divisions will be within the property, and they'll have daily work activities. So they'll come to the site in their own vehicle. They'll get ready, they'll get their materials, they'll get their vehicle, and they'll drive out to the site in the middle of the day and then come back in the afternoon. So that's kind of the operation. They have a variety of trucks that can drive on the rails. They have a few dump trucks, a few buses, and we can provide some of that information. The biggest vehicle that will be on the site is tractor trailer delivery once or twice per week, and that's part of our application. That's detailed in the traffic study. So those everything can be fit within the site and within these parking areas.
Mr. Chairman, we'll provide you with a specific detail on the size of the trucks and general quantities of those various trucks and other vehicles that will come to the site. Happy to do so.
Thank you.
Liz, I have a quick question. Who's has the 150 employees?
MTA, Metropolitan Transport, Metro North MTA, though that is the entity that's going to lease the space, and their employees will be coming in and out of this property for various interior activities and for various offsite activities that MTA has to handle on its rails. Those MTA employees.
And what about the garden center?
That is separate and distinct. That's not part of this application, but that's Corville Nurseries, and that will occupy about a 3-acre site once the subdivision is before you and hopefully approved.
Oh, I see.
In that area. If you've driven by the site, you may see that there's some work underway to create the areas for Corville Nurseries to start working, and that's just site work in anticipation of a permit being issued for their operation.
So your only application is for MTA then?
Exactly.
Okay, sorry. All right.
Attorney Suchy, there's the way that it generally works. I assume, 150 people come, but it's not everyone gets their own vehicle and goes out. I imagine they work in crews and double, triple, quadruple up as they go out. Is that right?
That's in some measure, yes. They'll come in their own vehicles, but some crews will go out together. As Craig mentioned, there are at least a few buses, smaller vans, and others that people will travel together to job sites, or they'll go individually. But it's not, I don't believe it's a 1-for-1, but again, that information will make sure that you have specifics on how the crews will work, how they will come and go, and what other information we can provide in terms of the employee use of the site. Happy to do so.
Now, you're using a lot of office space as well. Will there be a significant number of people who will come to the site and work there all day and go home at night?
There will be some. We'll get better information, clarify that from NTA to give you a sense of how many will remain on site. Certainly some supervisors and others in management roles will remain on site. Those who are doing fabrication or small light manufacturing will remain on site.
I think it will be important to us and important to the community as well.
Sure, happy to.
Thank you.
Is the site going to be handling like repairs of those vehicles like en masse, or is it just more storage and the building is going to be used just for sort of office work?
As I understand it, it's not a facility for the maintenance and repair of the vehicles that staff members take to go to job sites. It's for them to park these vehicles when they're not being used overnight, and as a transportation maintenance facility where folks come, they pick up their truck, they get their equipment, they go to the site. We could clarify that, but I don't think that's a portion of this. If there are some minor repairs necessary for vehicles, that would be undertaken, but this isn't a vehicle repair facility for Metro North.
That's what I was trying to get at. That's what I was trying to understand.
Question. No.
All right. Then we will look forward at future date to actually, I guess there'll be a number of applications, one for the division and one for the actual work itself.